This is the heart of Hollywood. Let's see some stars. And not just the kind you step your filthy shoes on. No offense, Beau Bridges, or to you, Darius Rucker. Hey everybody, it's Jeremy Hubbard right here on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in the heart of Hollywood. I just stepped on Kenny G. Better watch out. We want to see some living, breathing celebrities.
Beverly Hills, California, 90210.
We want some A-listers, baby.
He takes walks, so we see him a lot. At least once a week, we get to see him.
And we might just get some.
4 of these houses belong to Johnny Depp.
As we climb aboard this van with a bunch of Hollywood-obsessed international tourists and see the sights.
They have the only star that is on the wall and not on the ground.
Some famous.
Back in 1917, it was the Charlie Chaplin Studios.
Some infamous.
This was the home of the Menendez.
As we find out once and for all if those LA celebrity tours are really worth all the money. Will we see anybody famous? Will we get to meet a celebrity? Did I just throw away $50? Let's find out in this episode of Window Seat. Okay, everybody, it's a Thursday morning. Just landed at Burbank Airport and made the 15-minute drive here to Hollywood. I just booked a ticket online because I've always wanted to take one of those Hollywood celebrity tours with those buses, those open-air buses, and just really soak in some Hollywood tourism, see what it's all about. So I booked that ticket. I'm going to see what this is all about today for the very first time. Let's check it out. Let's climb aboard and see what happens. Before we hit the road on our tour, a little more about the history of these tours and the options you have when taking one. There are bus, minibus, open air, and walking tours through the heart of Hollywood, the oldest of which, Starline Tours, dates all the way back to 1935. There are specialized tours like the TMZ tour, where they give you hot gossip along the way, and there are themed tours too, like a tour of the dark history of Hollywood, replete with tragic celebrity stories. The tour I chose had a little of all of that rolled into one. I picked Hollywood bus tours because they had an opening less than an hour from when I booked it, and it got great reviews online. Plus, it cost a little less than $50, which seemed reasonable for a 2-hour tour. We depart from the corner of Hollywood and Sycamore, right in the heart of Hollywood, near the Roosevelt Hotel. And along with a slew of tourists from places like Russia, Germany, and Australia,
Everybody welcome.
we are on our way to learn some more about Tinseltown. First stop, the famous TCL Chinese Theater, an absolute Hollywood golden era gem, where you'll see the hand and footprints of some of your favorite celebrities.
And this is the first theater here in Hollywood to have movies, show movies with sound.
A pro tip for you, just a couple doors down at the former Hollywood and Highland complex, now known as Ovation Hollywood, there's a great photo op on the 4th floor.
This building here to the left was built strategically to have the Hollywood sign in the middle. Can you guys see that?
Oh, wow, yeah. All right, enough gawking on Hollywood Boulevard. Let's get on to the side streets and see some real history, like this building just around the corner.
Back in 1917, it was the Charlie Chaplin Studios. But in 1917, it became a historic landmark.
Nowadays, this is Jim Henson Studios.
That is why you have Kermit the Frog up there dressed as Charlie Chaplin, in honor of Charlie Chaplin. But Kermit the Frog is to Jim Henson what Mickey Mouse is to Walt.
Next phase of the tour takes you down the famed Sunset Strip, where off in the distance you can see the mansion used as Tony Stark's home in Iron Man. Then you'll go past a couple of famous comedy clubs. First, the Laugh Factory.
And Tuesday nights, if you think you're funny, it's open mic night at 7 p.m.
And then the famed Comedy Store, owned by Pauly Shore and his brother.
And Pauly Shore lives in that house right there, that pink house. Doesn't have to worry about fighting traffic here in Los Angeles.
Sunset has a bit of a macabre twist to it, too. First, at the famous celebrity hotel, Chateau Marmont.
Unfortunately, John Belushi died here in bungalow number 3, 1982 on March 5th.
And then just a few blocks down the road at the famous nightclub, the Viper Room.
That is where, unfortunately, River Phoenix, the actor that was in that movie Stand By Me, he died there in October 31st, 1993.
But it's not all sad and sinister here. On this stretch of Sunset Boulevard, you'll also drive past this weird little green building where music history was made on January 28, 1985, with the recording of We Are the World.
He recorded it and filmed the video there. So you had Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie.
Basically, every big name in pop music was inside this building on that one fateful night. Kind of cool. As we keep traveling down the strip, we pass Whiskey A Go-Go, the first nightclub inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And then we make our way into one of the most famous zip codes in America, 90210. We pass the famous Rodeo Drive and this shoe store, which is the store where Julia Roberts' character in Pretty Woman was famously dissed by those snooty sales clerks. About halfway through the tour, we make a little stop here in Beverly Hills right in front of the sign so you can get some pictures. Everybody wants one of those. So far, so good. I think it's pretty cool, actually, and I learned a lot about Hollywood that I haven't so far. So let's pick it up and see what happens next. As we drive down the famous towering palm tree-lined streets of Beverly Hills, we stroll past the home of a definite Hollywood A-lister, none other than Al Pacino.
And you'll see him walking in the evenings, time to time. I was telling Mr. Denver that he takes walks, so we see him a lot. At least once a week we get to see him.
No such luck during this tour, but that's okay. As we keep motoring along, we pass $40 million homes and that famous hilltop home right there, once owned by Sylvester Stallone. The singer Adele bought it for $58 million a couple of years ago and then spent millions more remodeling it. Then, as we take a turn down Elm Drive in Beverly Hills, this tour takes another macabre turn.
Menendez brothers, anybody remember them?
Oh, yeah.
This was the home of the Menendez. And I used to talk about it, but I don't elaborate on it anymore. One day I went on a tour and I showed somebody this house. At the end of the tour, they were so upset with me. And they said this tour was going so well until you talked about the Menendez brothers. So if you don't know what they've actually done or what they did, Google them. Pretty gruesome, pretty bad of what happened there.
We won't get into it either, but if you're curious, Google it. Place still looks pretty much like it did back in the summer of 1989. As we near the end of the tour, our guide takes us up this narrow cul-de-sac with a real A-list connection.
It's about 7 houses in this cul-de-sac. 4 of these houses belong to Johnny Depp. Like I said, one day I had to reverse pretty tight. When I got at the bottom of the hill, this one guy says, I don't even care for Johnny Depp. I'm like, man, from now on, I will ask people, you guys care for Johnny Depp? So this is his house, the one to the left-hand side. But then this is where his staff stays at. The yellow house to the right. And at the end of the cul-de-sac, you're gonna see the main entrance of his house to the left-hand side. It looks pretty tropical. Somewhere where Captain Jack Sparrow probably lived.
Didn't get to see him on this day, but I actually interviewed him once and rode an elevator with him, and he was very cool, so we've already made some Johnny Depp memories. As the Hollywood tour enters the home stretch, we take a drive over the breathtaking Mulholland Drive, where we get some amazing views of downtown Los Angeles and the Hollywood sign. And then it's back to the heart of Hollywood, where our 2-hour tour of the stars is a wrap, as they say in, well, Hollywood. Okay, so there you have it. Just wrapped up the Hollywood tour. It was 2+ hours of Hollywood history and lore, and it was pretty great. You know, I've been to Hollywood several times. I've even been to some of these sites before, but I didn't have a full sense of the history that our tour guide did, and so I think that alone makes it worth the $50 that it cost to do this. What do you think? Have you ever done one of these? Would you do one? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Sorry, I just ran a block, so I'm a little winded. We'd also love it if you liked and shared the video so we can continue to share our travels all around the globe. And more than anything, if you could hit subscribe, that would be great too. We'd really appreciate it. We're back with a brand new episode of Window Seat next Sunday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern. In the meantime, check out one of these other videos from Window Seat.